You're actually off camera more than you normally are. Okay, that's all right.
I guess this will be fine.
So you know that guy, the guy who sings the song, I wear my sunglasses at night so I can...
Is that the lyrics?
Yeah.
Sunglasses? Is that the...
Yeah.
Okay.
He's still making music.
I don't even know when that song was released.
In the 80s. It was 85.
Okay.
He came out with a song last month.
Awesome.
It's a bop.
Does it sound the same?
I don't remember his name.
Well, why'd you bring him up?
I don't know. Ow! Ah!
Hey, what'd you do?
Yeah, my funny bone.
Oh.
This is a terrible start to the podcast.
No, it's not good at all. All right. Welcome to the Morning Ramble. We are
No,
back.
it sounds weird when you say it.
I'm sorry. It's not my place. Go ahead.
Welcome to the Morning Ramble. Sorry. All right. Welcome to the Morning Ramble. I'm Matt.
I'm Eric, and that's all I can say. Before we get started, we have to do something.
What do we have to do?
2 weeks ago, I promised something to my co-host, and I fulfill my promises.
What?
And
my God.
You're gonna put it on while we're recording so we can hear.
This sounds like an awful idea, but
We have a pop filter. It took ages to find. It came all the way from China. I can't do it. I don't know what these are. But anyway.
2,000 years later.
all right, it's on.
All right, that's good. I'll fix
Cool.
it later.
We're good.
All right, we're back. I
Yeah.
cut out all that downtime.
I'm sure you did.
Hey,
Anyway.
I've been doing good.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, you got a pop filter, and it makes barely any difference.
Yeah, but it makes me feel better.
Yeah. Excellent. What the heck are we going to talk about first? We got some stuff to talk about. A lot has happened. We're not gonna not talk about local news this time, just because I feel like that's all we've been talking about is local stuff. Let's talk about some randomness.
We're going out with some worldwide hard-hitting stories.
That's right. First up, nope, not that. I want to save that. Let's talk about TikTok. Matt,
Oh yeah, TikTok. I
you
forgot
use
about
TikTok?
This. No.
I use TikTok.
Do you?
I post game clips with music.
I was unaware that you were on TikTok.
Honestly, I just go on and I like to put sound to Halo clips and Rocket League.
Yeah, one of
When
my
I make
coworkers
cool
is on
shots.
TikTok a lot.
It's weird. So the Trump administration has announced that they are debating about banning TikTok in the U.S.
Yes.
And the reason why is it is, I guess, supposedly owned by a Chinese company.
Yes.
Let me just read this one here. So it's owned by ByteDance, which is a Beijing-based tech company, and its popularity has exploded in the past year. I'm not going to read all that. You probably know. It has been downloaded more than 2 billion times, and 623 million coming from just this first half of this year alone. That's crazy. It's because everyone's bored. So, like, what are the new apps out? I'm not going to explain what TikTok is because that would just be amusing. But
I heard it's the kids doing
It's
the
this
Fortnite
new-
dances.
they're doing dances to music.
They're
to
doing
Katy
the
Perry
dances.
and Shania Twain. I don't know.
Yes, the two most
popular.
relevant.
people. Anyway, so thinking about banning it, whatever. I don't know. They tell you to delete it off your phone. I guess this week actually it came out that Apple, a lot of iPhones were being supposedly spied on. Every app is spying on you. That's the best way to go about this.
Yeah.
You
Just assume the app is spying on you. There is no privacy anymore. Just
No.
deal with it.
There was, we used to talk about how we would say something and then there would be an ad for it.
Yeah.
that is so common now. I'm not even surprised. Like I honestly what did I talk about the other day? I was talking about generators, they pop up. I talk about camping equipment, boom, Coleman's on my page. It's just so normal now.
Right.
Whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
That's where I am.
You know, I do find it funny, the transformation that has happened in us
Yeah.
during the lifespan of this podcast.
Okay.
I feel like we were bright-eyed and bushy-tailed when we started.
And now we're just whatever
now we're
is the
just
most
cynical.
used. We're just so cynical.
Which is fine.
How do these news anchors do it?
They get paid a lot of money.
Oh, we're not getting paid. See, if I was
That's
getting paid, I could lie right to your.
that's the crux
I could
of
lie
it.
right to your face.
Yeah, with a smile.
With a smile.
With a smile.
Speaking of liars, that was a good transition. Let's talk about Roger Stone. Where did I keep that? Roger Stone. I actually had to read a little bit before we started this because while I knew the man and I knew briefly of him, I didn't know exactly what the charges were and all that outcome. Matt, take it away.
Okay. So essentially, I'm just going to paraphrase greatly here.
Go ahead. Yeah, just paraphrase.
Roger Stone was indicted
He was a man.
by a court for lying to Congress.
Witness tampering, lying,
Yeah.
covering up,
and
stuff like that.
specifically under oath, he lied.
Yeah.
And it's pretty clear that he lied. And he was charged, and he was just about to go to prison.
July 14th
Yes.
was what I read.
He was just about to go to prison, and
40 months.
President Trump was just like, "No, Roger, baby, we're getting you out of there."
So good at that.
He
That's so
commuted. He commuted his sentence. What does this mean? So there are two different powers that a president has when it comes to sentences. He can do a commutation or a full pardon.
Yeah, so it wasn't a full pardon. Do you know the differences?
Yes.
Okay.
A full pardon it's like you never did. It's like you never did the crime.
Okay.
You're out. There's nothing bad.
Wipe clean.
The board's clean.
Gotcha.
But with a commutation, it still stands that he was accused and sentenced and everything.
Convicted and all
convicted,
that. Okay.
But he does not serve a sentence.
Okay.
His sentence was commuted. He does not do any jail time.
And I think in this order or whatever you would call it, declaration, I don't know. I guess the White House listed a bunch of stuff, unfair arrest trial, all that stuff, and also they listed his age with COVID as well as the fourth or fifth thing. So yeah, that happened. I don't have a horse in this race. I don't really care either way. And I know that and some people might be mad about that. Well, how could you not care about the president doing this? I don't care. I'm going to just play just a slight devil's advocate here because the one thing I do remember when Roger Stone was arrested was the way he was arrested. Okay. Now, he was convicted of lying and witness tampering. So how should you go about arresting someone under those charges? Would it be A, giving him someone going to his house and arresting him, or B, sending a SWAT team? The answer was B, because that's what they did. They sent a full-blown SWAT team at like 5 a.m. in the morning to arrest this guy. I felt like that, if anything was unfair, I would say his arrest was extremely unfair and insane to me. Like, and that goes for a bunch of different instances. Like non-violent crimes, why do you need this military, van to come up with, guns raised going? Like, it's just that's a little strange to me.
Sometimes it seems to me like police stations are just like, we don't need it.
We're bored.
But, yeah, suit up, Jenkins. Let's go.
Because if we're going to talk about lying, I mean, there's a lot of lying going on. But, yeah, that happened. I mean, I remember his arrest stood out to me from when that happened.
Like, when it comes down to it, I don't care about the arrest thing. If he was charged, convicted, he should serve at least some time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a shit that he's 70 something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about his old age. Like,
speaking of people who were arrested and let go, though, I forgot about this. Michael Cohen. Did you hear about him?
No.
So he was arrested. He went to prison. Old Trump lawyer. Okay. He was released 2 months ago, of COVID. We didn't talk about that, but he was released because of COVID concerns. He was just arrested this past week and put back in prison. Do you want to know why? Because he was found out dining at restaurants in New York City in the public. So they arrested him again and put him back in prison. Because it's like, if you're going to be out in public around people, obviously you don't care. So back you go. So
God.
I thought that was funny when I read that.
How dumb can you be?
Yeah. I mean, hey, he got some freedom. Might as well go get a steak.
I guess go to
get
a steakhouse. You can get it. You can get takeout.
It's not as good. Okay. Takeout? Are you kidding me? You know how much he's worth? I don't know how much he's worth.
I just got takeout hibachi earlier today, so I feel pretty good.
I think Andrea got hibachi yesterday or earlier this week as well. Must be popular.
Got sushi and hibachi.
I don't eat sushi.
I like sushi now. I haven't always, but I like it now.
Let's talk about the one that you didn't know about real quick before we get to the memes. I have lots of memes, and I'm super excited about it. So Naya Rivera. So if you watch Glee, which I actually have, yes. Well, Andrea was really into Glee, and I'm in the living room as well. So it was an okay show. It was fine. Anyway, shut up. Don't look at me. Anyway, so the one star from Naya Rivera, she was out on Lake Peru, on Wednesday with her 4-year-old son, and someone spotted the kid in, I guess it was a raft of some sort, and he was by himself, and she was nowhere to be found. And it's suspected that they were both swimming. Her 4-year-old got back on the raft, and she probably drowned or something like that. First there was a search, and now it's a recovery. I think right now this was Wednesday, so it's been several days now, and there's no sign of her. So we have no idea. I don't know how it's a lake, so there's no moving water. So it is interesting. I don't know if something happened with her health-wise, and that caused her to not be able to swim. But they're still searching for her as of Saturday. So, yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, especially because the 4-year-old made it back on, and the 4-year-old was fine, thank goodness. So that's happening. Because I know when I saw that, I'm just like, wow, that's so strange,
Yeah.
I'm currently rewatching Supernatural, and it made me think of Supernatural for some reason.
So you're like kind of just
it's like
putting everything through the filter of Supernatural?
There's a ghost haunting that lake. There's an episode actually like that. All right. Let's talk about... Let me pull up the article first. Let's talk about the St. Louis attorneys.
What?
I don't know their names.
Wait, hang on.
St. Louis attorneys.
Hang on. Why is raid in all capital letters?
This is the Daily Mail. I didn't type it.
Police raid.
Power Legends. This is sponsored by Raid Power Legends.
I mean, it's not, but it can be. Come on, Raid.
I feel like that's every YouTube video I watch. Before we get into it, this video is brought to you by Raid Power Legends. You can pick your hero and blah,
no,
blah,
you
blah.
messed up our sponsorship. It's Shadow Legends.
Is it Raid Shadow
Power
Legends? Forget it.
Ah, man.
I messed up the read. All right. So the St. Louis attorneys, this happened 2 weeks ago, but we didn't have a podcast last week because of 4th of July, and I was lighting things on fire. But I wanted to talk about this because the memes that came out from it were amazing, and now there's some more information on it. So this week, if you paid attention to social media, these two attorneys, it was in a private property, like a complex type deal out in California. And there was a Black Lives Matter protest, and I think anywhere from 300 to 500 protesters, basically. And I apologize for people the way that I put this, but I'm just going to put it the way that it should be. They broke down. This is the gate to the private complex, and they started coming in. Now, they weren't going towards the attorneys' houses. The purpose of the protest was to actually go and protest by the mayor's house, which was further into the place, I guess. But as they were coming in, they first... I know, I really should have these in order. But I don't. Okay, here we go. So, I lost my train of thought. Because the way that this is worded is because of the warrant now. Anyway, the protesters came in, and as you saw from all the photos, the attorney and his wife came out, one with an AR-15, the other one with a pistol, and started pointing it at the crowd. So context is important here, but 2 weeks later, there was a warrant issued and a raid. And the police came in and confiscated the guns and searched the house. No trials have been charged, though, to the couple at all.
I will say this about the initial incident here.
Mm-hmm.
Those two, like, he a little bit less, but her definitely.
Yeah.
They were not practicing proper gun control.
So
her finger was on the trigger.
He had good...
And she did not have the safety on.
So here's the thing.
That's
actually not even the problem. The problem is you shouldn't even pull your gun out unless you intend on using it. Especially you shouldn't even point it at someone. But this is why I want to put it into context. This is the attorney's words, by the way. So I don't this was an interview. So by the time they were setting up for dinner on the front porch, and their house is 70 feet away from the gate. So by the time they went and they got their guns, because 300 to 500 protesters were coming in through the private property. By the time they got their guns, they were 30 to 40 feet from us. They let's see here, asked what the protesters were shouting at them, and they were going to kill us. They were going to come in there, and they were going to burn down the house. They were going to be living in our house after I was dead. So the one quote that they said there was that they were pointing at different rooms of the house, and protesters were shouting. Now, again, who knows how many of the protesters were engaging in this type of talk,
or if any of them were
threatening. The only thing that I would say is that, first of all, a lot of times people were saying, well, this was ridiculous because it was a public street. I don't mean to split hairs here, but it's private property. It's not a public street. They broke down a gate and got into private property, and 300 to 500 people stormed in and started surrounding houses. That's not a protest. It's not a peaceful protest. Okay, it's not a public street. It's private property owned by a person, and you can't do it. Plain and simple. Should they have grabbed their guns immediately? I mean, I wouldn't have. I think that's a little crazy. I think I would have wanted to seen where it goes. But also, you're sitting in your house and 300 to 500 people are coming around it. That's also a little nerve-wracking. You have to admit it's a little nerve-wracking.
It's not.
I think it's nerve-wracking.
Happens to me every year.
Bust down your fence and gate and surround your home?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know why.
Fair, buddy. Stuff gets wild.
Okay. Well. Anyway.
There's garbage all over the street. The helicopters keep crashing.
Let's talk about the memes, which is why I want to do it. So this was the popular photo. Him with the AR. Great trigger. Great finger position here. Not on the trigger. Her, not so much. But this spawned a ton of memes that I love. So this one here, a movie poster, Ken and Karen, an election year production. Thought that was pretty funny. GTA St. Louis.
Excellent.
Hard times create strong men. And then stuff burning in the back. I just think the guy looks awesome. I think it's funny. Oh, the Wolverine with a picture of him. Again, most of these are from libertarian pages and gun Second Amendment pages. So that's why some of them are like that. 2020 expectations, reality. That's pretty accurate.
God, she has terrible. Like, who holds a gun like that?
It is a little weird.
Nobody.
It is a little weird. She's holding it like it's like she's like cooking.
I'ma shoot you.
Like she has like a spatula. Like,
oh, it's just it's terrible.
The Purge election year. That's good. Oh, this one was my favorite. The Expendables, and they put him in the middle.
Is that the Expendables?
That's it. Yeah, that's like a shot of behind the scenes. I think it was the third one because Antonio Banderas in it.
Antonio Banderas?
Yeah, he's in the third one.
I didn't see the third one.
Well, what's wrong with you?
Or the second
one? What are you,
one.
a man?
I saw the first one. It was all right.
This one is my personal fit. We came here to live, laugh, love, and buddy, we're out of all three.
Oh, my God.
I just wanted to grill. Saving private property. I like how they put her in the blackout for stance.
Oh, it's so bad.
Steal this look. Everyone's gonna buy. I'm gonna dress up like that for
Training.
Halloween.
Image stuff.
Yeah, training $0. Image not found. That's pretty funny. I wish you could step back from that hedge, my friend.
Wish you could step back from the hedge, my friend. Oh,
and that's pretty much it. But yeah, the memes are great. I love them. So the whole ordeal of them coming out and the protests going at, it's just bad all around, in my opinion. I don't think the gate should have been busted out and they should have been protesting. I also don't think they should have completely grabbed their rifles and started pointing it at the crowd. And that's just my opinion. But the search warrant and the confiscation of guns is completely unlawful. There is no There's no charges filed to the attorneys, and they still had the guns confiscated. And I think that is a little ridiculous, in my opinion.
I'm not 100% sure. And
there needs to be due
neither are
process.
us.
There needs to be due process to remove a firearm from an individual. It's just pure and simple. But they complied with the warrant, obviously. And, yeah, there's that.
So, like, on the other side of this,
yeah,
like, if somebody does a search warrant and they go to your house and say they take your hard drive from your computer, part of the search warrant, is there due process there?
I would say that there has to be a reason of why they're doing it and what the judge actually ordered. So if the judge,
but
you
we
are
didn't see the warrant there.
So if you're suspected of, I don't know, you brought up a hard drive. So if someone's suspected of, let's say, child pornography, and a judge issues a warrant to go search their home, they went to the hard drive and obtained it. That would be evidence that was obtained lawfully, and it could be used in court. The difference here is that the reason I would want to see the judge order of the search warrant of why they confiscated the firearms. Yeah. Because if there's no...
We can't really judge the process at this moment until we see what was on the search warrant.
But the difference between the hard drive and the firearms is that you do not have the right... The Constitution does not say you have the right to store digital files in your home.
Which is why the Constitution needs to be revised
modernized.
It needs to be modernized.
The Constitution does say you have the right to self-preservation, though, and you are taking someone's right away.
They took my dick pics.
You are taking someone's right away of not that without due process.
They took my dick pics.
That is wrong.
And that's wrong. The FBI guy can already see my dick pics. They're on the cloud.
We're talking about two separate things here. You're messing it up. Tad is angry, and you're not giving him the time.
I'm literally doing this to annoy Tad at this point.
I'm trying to explain while the taking of his guns was extremely wrong, and Tad's going, yes, and you're talking about dick pics. Okay? It's not what this is about.
It is now. Our next story.
Unwanted pictures.
Oh, yeah. PSA from the Morning Ramble. Don't send unwanted dick pics to women. Don't. You're disgusting.
I haven't been on the dating scene with smartphones. So
that is true.
I literally was married before I never even thought about this. I was married before I owned a smartphone.
That is crazy.
I had a flip phone in my pocket on my wedding day. It was a Nokia, and it had great reception.
A what?
No, it was actually an LG. Nokia. Spanish.
Yeah.
It was a male phone, Matt, not a female.
It was a male phone.
Male phone.
We both took the same Spanish classes, and it shows.
Mm-hmm.
We're not good at it.
Donde está el baño?
Anyway, do we have anything else
I have
to
nothing.
talk about?
I think we hit all the very important topics in the news.
Yeah.
We didn't even don't say the one word. We didn't even say the one thing.
What?
That everyone is saying. Exactly.
Steve.
That's right.
We're going to talk about Jeffree Star.
Oh, okay.
Did we forget about that, or did you
I
just
didn't. I
not
just
want to
didn't.
talk about it?
I didn't have a picture of Jeffree Star. Thank goodness.
Well, now there's a picture of Jeffree Star on the screen.
Great.
Anyway,
All right. Well, let's talk. All right, fine. Let's end on a high note. I don't know. So we don't talk about YouTube news ever, but we watch YouTubers who talk about YouTube news,
that is true.
and that is the only reason why I know who Jeffree Star is. He is.
A makeup mogul, influencer,
Yep.
apparently a bad person.
He's a bad person.
So I don't remember if we talked about James Charles. I don't think we did.
No, James Charles is just. He does the same thing that Jeffree Star does, right? Makeup.
Yes.
He does makeup tutorials
So,
or makeup.
About a year
advertising. I
ago
don't
or
know.
something,
Yep.
this other makeup guru named Tati,
That's okay.
she
Mm-hmm.
made a video trying to cancel James Charles.
Cancel.
And there was a big hubbub.
I know the reason why. She was trying to cancel James Charles because he sponsored a rival beauty vitamin company to her, the one that she owns. Am I right? Am I on the dot?
I mean, there were a lot of allegations in the video.
Okay.
It was like 40 minutes long.
But I think the main reason why is because
It very well could be.
Okay.
But basically, she made this video.
Mm-hmm.
James Charles and Shane Dawson, who I think we're aware of Shane Dawson because Shane Dawson has been on YouTube forever.
Yeah.
They both hopped in and they all just kicked this James Charles while he was down. He lost a bunch of subscribers, literally millions.
Mm-hmm.
And then it came out, and she basically apologized for making the video. All was right in the world of makeup YouTubers
Thank goodness.
until this past week,
Okay.
where the same lady, Tati, now made a video denouncing Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson in the same video.
Are these the people that kids watch?
Yes.
It's insane to me
So
why anyone cares.
now this is happening. And apparently she said that he managed to coerce her into making the original James Charles video.
Okay.
And everything's gone weird.
I'm sorry. That was just.
Jeffree Star is losing his sponsorships and everything.
Oh wait, when I
And
was
apparently Shane Dawson's a piece of shit.
Oh yeah, we can't. Wait, Shane Dawson. He's the one who made those messed up jokes, right?
He's made a lot of messed up jokes.
Yeah, I think I knew that. I didn't hear him until just like this past week when DeFranco was talking about it, and he played some, and
that's been going around for a while.
Yeah, I think it was known, but now it's just back up again. Yeah, I just to put my 2 cents in for the zero amount that it's worth. She just needs to stop making videos canceling people, apparently. Like, no one's holding a gun to your head making these videos. She said that he coerced her. What, are you some feeble-minded person?
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't just make decisions on your own?
The original video was like one of the most viewed.
I watched it because
videos.
of DeFranco talking about it, and I'm just like, this is cringe. Like, it was just hard to watch.
Yeah.
It looked produced. It looked like Spielberg, like, filmed it. Like, it was all like, hi, I'm making this very personal video for you. Like, it was like... Here I'm going to,
So, and basically things have been pretty radio silent from Jeffree Star's camp.
Yeah. Interesting.
So I guess we'll see what happens next time on The Makeup World of YouTube is Exploding, and there is no saving it.
Is that the title of the video?
Yes.
I won't do it.
But anyway, we just figured we'd pick the weirdest picture of Jeffree Star and put it on the thumbnail.
You'll have to send that to me because I really don't want to Google.
Oh,
Jeffree
you're
Star.
Googling.
I'm not Google Jeffree Star.
Oh, you're Googling.
I'm not doing it. I had to Google a lot of things on this podcast making thumbnails, and I'm not doing it.
Andrea will Google it. Anyway,
all right.
Thank you for joining us today on Ramble Morn.
We're just gonna stop.
Have a good day.